welcome back to another show with August with the Shade. Y'all, today we putting together some TikToks where everybody is dragging Gucci Mane. The real reason why they're dragging Gucci Mane is because the whole situation happened with Pooh Shiesty. Y'all know they had this deal back in the day, and Pooh Shiesty done got out of jail, and he's trying to get his money. And not only is he trying to get his money, but he done brought his daddy along for the Fed ride. See, this is the thing. What we got to realize, y'all, is the streets is over. Like, there is no longer like that people, like, you know, when we was younger, we had those people that was in the streets, and we had the thugs, we had the, you know what I'm saying? It's no longer that. Everybody is not for the street codes no more. Everybody will go to the police. You know what I'm saying? You do something wrong, you steal somebody's stuff, they're going to call the police on you. It's no longer the same. Nobody wants to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to squabble no more. They're not squabbling. They're going to call the police. So you got to find a new way to do things because the streets is no more. And I feel like these TikToks kind of represent what I'm going to be talking about. So guys, make sure that you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and please don't forget to leave your comments down below. Do you think Pooh Shiesty is going to get time for this, or do you think that he's actually going to get a slap on the wrist because Gucci Mane was playing with his money? Let me know what y'all think. All right, y'all.
You see what I'm saying? Like, when they got you in his debt, when you got a motherfucker standing on business on you, your ass going to jail unless you tell something. And your ass finna do. I'm talking about in the feds. The state, all that shit. I've been to the state, but it's not like the feds. In the state, you know what you're looking at. I'm looking at 8, I'm looking at 9, I'm looking at 15 years, at 30%, 20%, 50%. I'm gonna get out in 6, 7 years, whatever. And the feds know, bitch. If you're looking at 19, you're finna do 17. If you're looking at 38, you're finna do 37, 36 and a half. If you're looking at 43, you're finna do 41 and some change. You do. You do.
So I know we've all been seeing the news about Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, but could we all just acknowledge the fact that Pooh Shiesty has a genuine 5-star rap sheet? Like, this is insane. You feel me? In 2020, when I heard Dirk say, Pooh Shiesty, that's my dog, but Pooh, you know you really Shiesty, I'm like, why is he trying to prove that he's Shiesty to Pooh? Like, you feel me? This dude just got in the game. Who was this? But then I realized that was Big Scar cousin, and he was cool with Big 30, and they been cool since they was youngest, and they just made it. So I'm like, okay, my boy been knee deep in the street. If you really don't understand what's going on or what happened genuinely and why Pooh Shiesty is locked back up, basically Gucci Mane had Pooh Shiesty in a Suge Knight type level deal. You know what I'm saying? He was treating 1017 like death row allegedly. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of their labels or their contracts, so I'm not gonna speak on that. But Pooh Shiesty like, yo, Gucci Mane, let's talk about this contract real quick. Gucci Mane like, I bet. So boom, they pull up inside the room. Pooh Shiesty and all 8 of his bros allegedly pulled out an AK style weapon, and they put it up to his face. They allegedly screwed the earring backs off his ears, and they basically forced him to take them out the contract. Now, law enforcement obviously got their hands on this issue, and they arrested Pooh Shiesty, his pops, and some other members allegedly. But Pooh Shiesty dad just got released on $250,000 bail. So it's crazy to see how much happened to Pooh Shiesty in the past 6 years, because he was a good artist, but he is a good artist, you feel me? FDO wasn't bad at all. It's just, with rappers, sometimes it's just harder to stay out of trouble. You feel what I'm saying?
Let me understand this, y'all. Please help me. I really need help. Pooh Shiesty did all that time in jail, in the feds. He around people that have unbelievable cases where it show how far the feds willing to go. Pooh Shiesty came home, y'all, and made the first day out, they sent him right back to jail. Pride and ego is our main enemy. That's why I call myself Wooded versus Wooded. I have to fight myself every day to not let these suckers trick me back in jail. To not let these suckers trick me away from my kids and take my life. That young nigga came home, bro, and did NBA Youngboy numbers. First song he put out, they said he was gonna flop. That young nigga went to the top. He had all the cars, the lifestyle, everything he dreamed of having. But he didn't change his mindset. Look what the boy did. The boy done went and did some stupid shit. Caused him to go back to jail. Listen, young man. We our own enemy. The shit stopped when we change our mindset. Man, we ain't got to fake an image no more. We did what these niggas wish they can do. We ain't got to keep doing it. That's why I say these niggas play the game till they lose. You got to know when to get out of it, bro. You got to know when to say, okay, this is it. Because they all love you. They gas you on. And when they fucking putting fucking handcuffs on you, and you come to the realization that this shit is real, now y'all want Woo to walk the way he walk and talk the way he talk. Nigga, the feds are real. That cemetery with all them bodies in there is real. This ain't Grand Theft Auto. This ain't no fucking TV show. This our real lives. And y'all wonder why these white people don't want to see us with no money. Because we do stupid shit with it. You had no business doing that. You folks came out here and led by example. God bless the rest of y'all.
And this is how I know that some people will never grow up and some people's mentality will never get them out the hood. Because everybody's talking about how, the old Gucci, Pooh would have never gotten that close to rob him. The old Gucci is not cooperating with the cops. The old Gucci is not doing none of this shit. Guns would have been drawn and it would have gotten ugly. And that's what y'all don't understand, that this is not the old Gucci. This is not the Gucci that was outside 20 years ago. That's not him anymore. This is not the Gucci 2 times, say it 2 times. That's not that Gucci. That Gucci, yeah, somebody would have probably lost their life that night, right? Or that day, whenever the hell it happened. But the new improved Gucci, the businessman, the husband, the one that did time and almost lost everything, right? But God gave him a second chance, came home to money, gave his wife, I think it was 2 to 4 mil, and she turned it into 10 mil. That Gucci, right, that now owns a record label, has kids, that Gucci is not with none of that. That Gucci wants to leave a legacy behind for his family. That Gucci doesn't want to go back to jail. That Gucci rather be looking fly as shit, being a provider. His wife has rings like this big. Keisha, have y'all seen Keisha's swag? Her jewelry game is disgusting. Because her and her man are building a future. And you know what's crazy? She says it in interviews. She's cheap as fuck. She don't even like doing DoorDash. She'd rather sit there and cook him a meal. Because she knows that $40, $60 in DoorDash, she's a Caribbean girl. Us Caribbean girls, you give us $40, we eating for the next 2 days. And we eating good at that. Some plantains, some rice, some chicken. Right? That Gucci doesn't want to lose that. He likes being able to provide that lifestyle for his family. So no. And you know what that Gucci said? They're retarded anyways. He's on an ankle bracelet. This person that they robbed is an off-duty cop. So, y'all talking about, oh, Gucci snitch. He probably didn't have to say shit. Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 and them, they incriminated themselves. The ankle monitor has his location. The tower's on his phone. They took pictures of their plates. There were witnesses. And again, one of them was an off-duty cop. You think he didn't call the attorney and be like, yo, they just robbed us? As everybody's like, oh, Gucci changed. This ain't the real Gucci. Gucci not street no more. That's the point. He sold what he sold. He did the music that he did. He built his empire. He has his millions. He wants to be free and alive to be able to enjoy it. That's what y'all don't understand. That's that hood mentality. That hood rich mentality. You got all the money in the world, but you're still in the corner with a bunch of doing nothing. You got money to do whatever you want, but yet you want to be in the hood smoking and chilling, doing nothing. That's that hood mentality. That's not the Gucci no more. He would have rather handled everything through the law. And you know what's crazy? Pooh and them would have probably end up winning. because he has lawyer money too. But no, he said, let me rob him. And yeah, I give it to him. He lives his raps. Oh yeah, for sure. He don't cap in his raps. He will tell you, I'm a Memphis ninja. My grandma told me to cut the grass the whole time. I'm the snake. He's been telling us who he's been since day one. When he first came out, he was on stream with Ben and his probation officer called him. And he's like, I'm home the whole time they're streaming. So obviously he didn't learn anything. And that's the sad part. That if you're going to put your life and your career on pause like that, at least get something out of it. He got nothing out of it. He got one good song. Fresh Day Out. And then after that, so yeah, you're right. The new Gucci is not doing none of that. The old Gucci, somebody would have got shot that night. But not the new Gucci. He wants to be able to enjoy his millions, make his money, be with his badass wife, keep doing what he's doing to keep bringing that money in. Because, yeah, even though you're a millionaire, when you're a millionaire to that magnitude, the bills are 10 times worse. You need the money to fund the lifestyle. Because Gucci's not going to be your next door neighbor in an apartment complex somewhere. You feel me? He gotta live his life. So, yeah, everybody's like, that's why. He's not the old Gucci. He went to jail and he learned from it. Something that Pooh Shiesty obviously didn't do.
And the more details I find out about what happened with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, the more pissed off I am. Okay, everybody is talking about the kidnapping and how they forced him to sign that contract, but nobody is talking about the small details. Because why do two people have on ankle monitors? One of which is Pooh Shiesty, because Pooh Shiesty, you just got out of jail, prison, actually in October. But anyways, I digress, right? Allegedly, it's 8 people involved in this, okay? So in 8 people, nobody was going to be the voice of reason. Nobody was going to say, listen, this don't even sound logical, right? How are we going to force somebody to sign a contract against their will? And then the daddy, like this is some type of family affair. Once you kidnapped this man, held him against his will, you took it a step further, to rob him and then post the jewelry that you took from this man on the internet, like lock everybody up.
And when y'all be like, Black, why you don't work in the music industry no more? This Pooh Shiesty and Gucci shit is the exact fucking reason. It's the perfect example. The music industry stupid as hell. And before I even say anything about the fucking music industry, I like to address the comments on some of these videos. Y'all talking about some, not Gucci Mane. How the hell Gucci let this happen? Not Gucci Mane, Gucci. Y'all be on y'all meat for these fucking rappers thinking they some big gangster nigga. He bleed the same blood. You put an AK to a nigga neck, he gonna sign that fucking paper. I don't know what y'all be thinking these niggas is Omni-Man, these niggas is Bruce Wayne or some shit, but y'all niggas need to get off your fucking knees, you nasty, filthy, trifling ass, meat riding ass niggas. That shit disgusts me, the way that y'all act like, oh my God, he's such a big gangster, something would never happen to him. You ever had a 9 to your fucking temple, nigga? You gonna do whatever the fuck they tell you to do, nigga? Is you stupid? And on top of that, what type of street nigga got his son in the streets? Instead of telling your son, get the lawyers, man, lawyer up and try and get yourself out this contract, you're like, yeah, we gonna go snatch the nigga up out the studio and we gonna make him sign that shit. What type of fathers is these niggas? The street niggas I know, they be like, man, I'm keeping this shit away from my son, my family. I don't know how they operate in other cities, but I don't know no real street nigga that has his son in the streets. That's another thing. That shit don't make no fucking sense. And then you're not even doing business right, Like, how the fuck you gonna get a person to sign a paper and you on camera? And don't you need a witness in a notary public for some shit that's that big? Like, don't you need a notary and a witness to sign? You can't. Where was the notary? Like, that's not how you supposed to do business. Is these people insane? Every party involved is just stupid, bruh. The whole music industry. Gucci probably don't want to pay artists to give them these dumbass contracts that they want to get out of later. You know what I'm saying? Give them these 3-6, and all of the Gucci artists end up in prison. And then when you put them in these damn fucked up ass deals, then they want to come and tie you up and make you sign contracts and shit. Like, what the fuck, bro? Come on, bro. Like, what was you gonna do if he took you to court and said they made me sign that? What was you gonna do? Show him the video with the AK to the back of his fucking head? This shit's stupid, bro. The music industry stupid as shit. And before y'all come in my comments talking about some only black people run their business this way, no, the fuck, we is not the only people. They learned from a certain group of people, them round hat motherfuckers that be building them tunnels in Brooklyn and shit in New York. Them round hat dudes that be wearing the 2 braids, that's where they learned it from. They been strong arming for business deals since the fucking 20s, bro. We know what the fuck been going on with this shit. And they the ones that run the whole music industry in the first place. You can't tell me, oh no, only black people. No, no, no.
So Pooh Shiesty had a problem. If you don't know Pooh Shiesty, he's a rapper from Memphis, Tennessee. Now, Pooh Shiesty's problem is he was just arrested by the FBI for allegedly abducting and then robbing a rap legend named Gucci Mane. But here's the craziest part. Gucci Mane is not just a rap legend, he is a label owner. In fact, Pooh Shiesty is signed under Gucci Mane's label. Pooh Shiesty calls up Gucci Mane. He said, look, I don't want to be signed under you anymore. Gucci Mane said, so, yeah, the thing is, Pooh Shiesty makes a lot of money for the record label. He's a big rapper. So Gucci Mane said, why am I going to let you out of the label when you make me a lot of money? Pooh Shiesty said, how about we have a meeting and talk about it face to face? Gucci Mane said, I don't see why not. Well, let me tell you why not. You see, Pooh Shiesty and his father are heavily associated with the streets in Memphis. Apparently, Pooh Shiesty don't be playing about what he raps about. And he raps about getting down and dirty. Remember the song Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty and Lil Durk? Well, that song wasn't for you or me. It was allegedly directed to a person he actually robbed, and he was telling them, come get your jewelry back in blood. It just happened to turn into a hit song. Gucci Mane said, yeah, that song did make me a lot of money. You think he upset about that? Let me just hire security. So Gucci hires security. He goes over to meet Pooh Shiesty. Now, here's where things start to get wicked, because let's just say there's a lot of evidence against Pooh Shiesty. So Pooh Shiesty, Gucci Mane entered the meeting. Now, Pooh Shiesty, something I forgot to tell you, he was arrested recently for a charge. He's on house arrest. He walked into the meeting, he get a phone call. Ring, ring, ring. Pooh Shiesty said, hello? The person on the phone said, yes, Mr. Shiesty, this is your probation officer. What are you doing in Dallas, Texas? Pooh Shiesty said, no, I was approved for like recreation. I'm on vacation, all that. The probation officer said, no, you're not. Go back to your house. You are on house arrest. Pooh Shiesty said, Probation officer said, boy, when I hang up this phone and blink 3 times, I better see you in the crib, Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty wasn't at the crib. How did the probation officer know Pooh Shiesty was in Dallas? Well, because Pooh Shiesty got himself an ankle monitor. So Gucci Mane said, look, we can do this another time, Shiesty. Shiesty said, no, let's just do this right now. Come on. They go in the recording studio. Shiesty said, look, I'm going to keep it simple. You know, I want to be out of the label deal. Gucci Mane said, nah, we're just going to keep it like this. Pooh Shiesty said, no, you're not listening to me. The two start getting a little agitated. Things start getting a little heated. Shiesty looked at one of the people he came with. He said, go get me my black bag. Gucci Mane said, you better watch out. I got security outside. Pooh Shiesty said, I count about 2 security guards with you. I got some friends too. Another rapper named Big 30, Pooh Shiesty's dad, and about 6 other dudes rush in. They give Pooh Shiesty what he was looking for in that black bag, and it was he brings it out and says, Gucci, so let's have that discussion again. The rest of these folks are armed as well. They take over the studio, block the door. That's why that kidnapping charge is there. Simply put, if someone doesn't allow you to leave a location, that's basically kidnapping. Pooh Shiesty's father brings out a contract saying Pooh Shiesty is let out of the label deal. They give it to Gucci Mane. They say, look, Gucci, we need you to sign this. But here's the thing. If you have on somebody, no matter what they do, no matter what they sign, that contract is not going to count. So Gucci Mane says, yeah, sure, I'll sign it. Signs it. They record Gucci Mane signing it. They say, okay, we got you signing it, Gucci. I mean, you did it. Gucci's like, yeah. Pooh Shiesty looks at his dad. He said, this is going to count, right? Pooh Shiesty's father looks at it. He said, oh, no, this is not going to count. Gucci Mane forgot to date it. Gucci Mane, put the date on. Gucci Mane said, oh yeah, here's the date right here. There you go. Then Pooh Shiesty and the rest of his folks rob Gucci Mane and his folks. Pooh Shiesty and them leave. They're caught on surveillance camera leaving. They get him outside in their cars. Pooh Shiesty's cars registered them, leaving. The police were called. The police pull up. They said, what happened? They said, yeah, Pooh Shiesty and them robbed us. The police said, y'all do look injured, but we are going to need some more evidence. Let's look at the surveillance footage. They look at the surveillance footage. They said, oh, look, it's Pooh Shiesty. They called Pooh Shiesty's probation officer. They said, hello? Probation officer said, yeah, Pooh Shiesty over there in Dallas with Gucci Mane and them. They said, yeah, that's what we thought. They hung up. The police went to the local Staples. They said, boy, you won't believe this. Pooh Shiesty's dad was just here, and he printed out a contract. It looked like he wanted somebody to sign. The police said, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. The police looked at each other. They said, it's like them boys wanted to get caught. Ring, ring, ring. When the police gets an alert, he said, what this? Going on Instagram, he sees some of the goons out there posing with Gucci Mane's jewelry. They said, the police said, oh, you can't make this up. They called Pooh Shiesty. They said, Pooh Shiesty, go ahead and turn yourself in. Pooh Shiesty said, y'all want me to turn myself in right now? They said, yeah, just come on in. We got a spot for you. Pooh Shiesty rolls up. Yeah, the FBI locked up Pooh Shiesty, Pooh Shiesty's dad, the other rapper, Big 30, the rest of the folks that was with Pooh Shiesty. This dude sounded damn near giddy while he was saying this press conference, reading out all the evidence. He said, boy, I got a story to tell y'all. You got witnesses, you got camera footage, but by far the toughest thing going for Pooh Shiesty in this case is you got like 7 other co-defendants with you. If they get one of those people to flip for less time and say everything that happened, then Pooh Shiesty and a couple other folks might be going to jail for a very long time. Because the thing is, even though they have all of this evidence against Pooh Shiesty, well, if Pooh Shiesty gets himself a very good lawyer, the lawyer could be like, hey, you got actual footage of what happened in that room, or you got all this footage of Pooh Shiesty running around the city and all that? Worst thing Pooh Shiesty did was violate his probation. Hey, who knows? Gucci Mane could be making up all this stuff because Gucci Mane just don't like Pooh Shiesty. Basically, what I'm saying here is it just depends on the lawyer versus the prosecutor and what they could prove to a jury. We wait, we see.
So for everyone who don't know why this is absolutely tier 1 entertainment, that's Gucci. And I was shocked when I heard that Gucci got robbed. And this is Pooh Shiesty. And the reason why this is jokes, he's his boss. And he's been out on parole just for a few months. He robbed his boss on parole. Earlier today, I was watching this video, and it was an interview, and they asked this black guy, if you were the president of the United States, what would you do? And he laughed, and he proceeded to say, I love black people, but some of us need to be regulated. And honestly, this is one of those moments. So Pooh Shiesty and Big 3 are reportedly robbed and kidnapped Gucci Mane in Dallas, according to the DOJ. Pooh Shiesty allegedly held an AK-47 towards Gucci Mane and forced him to sign a contract release, while Big 3 blocked the door to prevent him from leaving. 9 people from Memphis have been charged, and the stolen jewelry appeared on social media within hours. Of course it did. And the best part was, Gucci Mane was setting up a $50 million deal when they robbed him. While Pooh Shiesty's out on parole. I just need you to lock in and take that in for a second. You robbed your boss while being out on parole. If I hear anyone say free this nigga. And then you see videos like this start popping up.
They got $1 million, nigga. Broke ass nigga. Shit make a nigga heart hurt, boy. Don't make these niggas happy. These niggas ain't happy on home. Step to me, fuck niggas. I would love to.
Is this classified as snitching?
I'ma smoke you.
Because, like,
what's going on with me?
How the police kind of knew.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit. The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass nigga. It's the only thing I believe in.
Yo, Atlanta has some explaining to do.
keep it in the street. It's my only rule. Anything goes, I don't give a fuck anyway.
It doesn't stop. Videos just keep coming.
$100,000 a pop.
$100,000 a pop.
100,000.
How much you putting on his head?
300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000, 800,000.
My only thing is, whenever you see people do stuff like this, usually means they're broke. But what do a casual person like me even know?
Fresh, so I said millionaires. So who want to join my new label? Because I'm looking for my next male superstar. Babe, where you at with the count? How much you got over here?
So far, I got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 8, 9, a million. I got a million plus.
As I said, this is top tier comedy. You can't make this shit up. No matter where you go, you will not be able to make this up. Until next time.
So yesterday, Pooh Shiesty got picked up by the feds. It was him, his father, and I think 2 other people. It could have been more than that. But they got picked up because they kidnapped Gucci Mane at gunpoint, stole his jewelry, and forced him to let Pooh Shiesty out of that contract. Now, I'm double-minded. Well, I'm not double-minded. I have an opinion, but I kind of see both sides. You know, we all know about how horrible those music contracts are and how they just ruin people's lives. And I can totally understand why you would want to kidnap somebody and force them to release you from that contract. On the other hand, there was a better way to approach this. I totally understand that Pooh Shiesty is not one to operate within the confines of the law, but I also understand that he just got out of prison like 6 months ago, if that. Did he come home this year or last year? Because now you're going right back, and it's a federal case, and you on probation. Maybe it's just me, but I would rather be stuck in a bad contract than be stuck in a prison, especially when I just got out of one. And then it's the fact that his father committed this crime with him. Somebody has to be the voice of reason. What is going on in Memphis? I've never been there, and from the looks of things, I don't need to ever go there. Because between Pooh Shiesty, his father, and Glorilla's sister, Memphis might be a lost cause.
Gucci Mane walked in a room full of niggas with Dracos. And y'all expected him to be John fucking Wick? The story is that Big 30 barricaded the door so he couldn't leave. Not only could he not leave, but nobody could come in and help him. What the fuck did y'all think Gucci Mane was gonna do? Okay. And even afterwards, I know there's some people like, well, you know, he could get his get back now. He could do this and do that. I'm not trying to go back to jail. I have a beautiful wife. I'm a multi-millionaire. I could drop an album and make some money. That street life is over with. I don't give a damn. I don't even care. There's a rumor that he snitched. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. What are y'all talking about? What are we doing on the internet, bro? That street shit is over with. You're watching Pooh Shiesty go to jail. He about to lose his life. His father is about to lose his life, could potentially lose his freedom too. You did all this and you put your family at risk. For what? For what? You're going back to jail. Come on, dog. This shit is crazy. And bro, and like some of the videos are just like gross, just dumb as fuck. Y'all are just as dumb as Pooh Shiesty. Going to jail for who? I'm not. I'm gonna let the police do their job. I ain't gotta send nobody for you no more. I ain't gotta do that. I got millions of dollars. I got a beautiful wife at home. I got a beautiful house. I'm done. It's over with. We could play gangsta on the track. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Lemon pepper wings and a freeze cup? She's a very freaky girl. Don't bring her to mama. Yellow bands with a spoiler kit with my spoiler chick. That's the Gucci Mane y'all robbed? Roll the clip.
Including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty.
Hold on. So the feds are saying, Pooh Shiesty, you are in a record deal with Gucci Mane, and what kind of 40 years in a slave record deal do he got you in where you feel like instead of going down to the courthouse, filing a lawsuit, figuring something out, you said, you know what, it'll be easier to just kidnap and rob this man, allegedly. And Pooh Shiesty, I'm not done. You have to get additional lashings because it's the fact that you barely dipped your toe into freedom. You just got out of prison on another charge, and now you might be going back again because you committed another crime and your father was in on it. Oh yeah, they finna lock you up and incinerate the key, my boy. This is not what the fans wanna see. Did you go down to the studio, pull out a pistol, put it to Gucci's head and hand him a pen? What did you say? Yeah, sign this too and use a blue pen and make sure you write it neatly so my lawyer can read it. I just wanna help me understand, help me set the scene. And then while you and your alleged people were there, instead of committing one crime, they said they might as well double it and give it to the next person because now the feds are saying Rolexes and other items are missing. And dear audience, you may be asking, how do the feds know that? Well, the feds said that they posted themselves with the stolen items on social media. This is about to be the easiest check law enforcement has ever earned. They don't even have to investigate. All they did was unlock their phone, screenshot the pictures, and send it to the judge. But wait, it gets worse. Because how were the feds able to even prove that Pooh Shiesty was even at the location? Because he had on an ankle monitor tracking his movements.
Stupid. Or is it slow?
If this is true, Pooh Shiesty, he didn't just commit the crime, he RSVP'd to it. This is crazy because Gucci Mane just got out of jail too, and he probably was on the phone with the feds like, yes, officer, it was him right over there. That's the man who robbed me. Gucci said he not going back, but Pooh Shiesty, you might be. I've seen enough. I'm ready to pronounce my sentence. Everybody involved in this is hereby sentenced to my mandatory class titled
Stop it. Get some help.
Don't forget to like and follow here for your updates on all trending cases and all legal news. Until next time, next case.
Now, don't get pissed off when I say this, because I know how y'all like to get, but he definitely taking booties in her.
This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty.
How, twin? That shit is hella scandalous. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Now, don't get pissed off when I say this, because I know how y'all like to get, but he definitely taking booties in her. Because how do you turn down the finest bitches, the money, and your freedom to be sitting around a bunch of niggas for another 4 fat years? Am I reading too deep into it? I don't know, but that shit dumb as hell. Like, what? Who want to just be sitting in jail? Like, hell no.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm starting to think these rappers are gay, bro. Like, how are y'all so okay with just, like, going to prison for, like, long periods of time? Because, like, for most dudes, right? Actually, I'm gonna speak for myself. But, like, the scariest part about prison is that you won't get any ass. And some of y'all niggas is just okay with that. Like, Pooh Shiesty just came home. He did, like, what, 5 years, I think? And now he just crashed out, and now he about to do even more years after that. Like, bro, you even get to enjoy life like that, bro. Like, the only other explanation I could think of is that he's satisfied with just dick. But I don't know, bro. I couldn't do it, bro.
Now, don't get pissed off when I say this, because I know how y'all like to get, but he definitely taking booties in her.
This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty.
How, twin? That shit is hella scandalous. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Now, don't get pissed off when I say this, because I know how y'all like to get, but he definitely taking booties in her. Because how do you turn down the finest bitches, the money, and your freedom to be sitting around a bunch of niggas for another 4 fat years? Am I reading too deep into it? I don't know, but
that shit dumb as hell. Like, what? Who want to just be sitting in jail? Like, hell no.
If this Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty situation don't make you understand that the streets is done, you must be slow as fuck. The DOJ said Gucci Mane himself said it was Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, and a group of his niggas that robbed him. This man Gucci out here writing statements. This the same Gucci man that unalived Pookie Loke. The same Gucci man that was on stage with Young Jeezy doing the verses saying Pookie Loke. The same Gucci man that said he would never write a statement. This make you think, is that the real Gucci man? The Gucci man I know would have never snitched. Maybe that is a clone. When Young Thug, G Herbo, and Pooh Shiesty said up the streets, that's what it should have been. You had all these people out here slow talking about, how you gonna say the streets that raised us, that brought us, that made us who we are today? Nobody's saying that, fool. A lot of us came from the streets, but it's the point we gotta elevate and stop being stupid. This man finna be sitting in jail probably for 10 plus years on some stupid shit. It's one thing them robbing Gucci and they thinking they can get away with it, but them fools robbed the white boy too. And they cut him up. They had a little scar on him. And he probably a Jew. You know he ain't gonna let that slip. And y'all know they gonna make that man Pooh sit. Look at this shit, fool. All on surveillance. Y'all know y'all was gonna get caught. And then this man on the box.
I'm too nosy. Y'all talk about Pooh Shiesty gay, he wanna go back to jail, bitch. Half y'all men are gay and never been to jail. You ain't even been to the precinct. You just fruity. Move. Y'all talk about lawyers. I'm trying to see what's in that contract. Academics talking about, shut the post the contract. That man was ready to go back to prison than be in that contract. Half of Gucci Mane artists is dead. What's going on here? Let's get to the real tea. Talk about he didn't want to be out. Bitch, yeah. He want to get out that contract. Y'all asking the wrong questions. Y'all try to question sexuality. Bitch, we've been questioning you niggas this whole time. We've been questioning all y'all. I'm trying to question that contract. I'm not trying to be messy, but y'all bringing up the wrong shit. Gay allegations ain't got nothing to do with this. They already calling Gucci a clone. They already talking about Keisha. Now I gotta watch the contracts. Half his members is dead.
Was I the only one that saw the white person in the Gucci and Pooh Shiesty file? He had blood, like a little scratch with blood on his wrist and on his neck, if I'm not mistaken. Why do y'all think Gucci Mane told? That doesn't even make sense. He didn't have to. And from what I'm hearing, his security guard is an off-duty cop.
Bling, bling, bling. Bitches is mad.
Now, before we get to the next video now, here's something that you guys can be actually doing while you're bored. If you like to play games, you could literally get paid for it, okay? And I'm talking about all you gotta do is hit the link in my description, scan the QR code is literally on the screen right now, and you can download and sign up and play for free right now. I'm talking about right away, okay? It's simple. All you have to do is download and create an account with your email and your password. It literally takes seconds. Inside, you'll see a wall of games and offers. Pick one you actually enjoy, play through the levels, and the cash lands right into your free cash account, y'all. It's like turning your downtime into a side hustle. Like, what are we doing? That's what we need to be doing, okay? Some people pull like $10 to $20 a day. If you put in the effort, y'all, you can literally be making even more. And y'all already know, just like any other app, if you spend a couple of bucks inside of the game, you can kind of hit the levels a little bit faster, which unlocks bigger offers and payouts. That's how some of the users earn up to like $500 or even more, you know what I'm saying, on certain offers. Now, but if you don't have time to, money to spend on, spending anything extra inside of the app, you can stick to the free levels and still cash out. The only point is, instead of you just sitting around scrolling, you will be playing games and earning money at the same time. When it's time to cash out, you got options. You got PayPal and gift cards, okay? So if you're curious, hit the link in my description or scan the code on the screen. Download the app right now for free, so you can start making money in your spare time, okay? All you have to do is use the QR code
download free
right
cash.
now. You can also get a $5 bonus just to keep